Y'all, for today's creamy experiment, we use Premier protein powder, and you better stick around because this is a wild one. So we'll stick around and I'll tell you how it goes. I've lost 180 pounds with a combination of carnivore, keto, and counting calories. I reached my goal in November of 2022, and over the past year and a half, I've noticed the scale went up about 8 pounds. Let's experiment with carnivore and counting calories and see what improvements I can make. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. All right, so ignore the mess that I got going on. There's a method to my madness. I got dog peanut butter for a storm, so ignore that. And I got a creamy that I'm eating right now. So I've been asked how many ounces I use. Well, I just measured it. Max fill line is 16 ounces. I think I got y'all crooked. Max fill line is 16 ounces, okay? So I bought some of these. This one is the Premier Protein. It ain't perfect. It ain't clean. Don't be sweating me in my comments because I don't care. It's 11 fluid ounces. So this does grams. It does milliliters. So I think 300. Hey Ziggy, 325 divided by 2.
325 divided by 2 is 162.5.
All right, so we'll do around 162, and that should be half. So it might not be perfect, but that's okay. So 162. I did this because, the math for making it with the keto chow. The keto chow is approximately $5.50 per package. Okay, and now I get two of them out of that, and then I also figured out the my milk was, I think, 70 cents for 4 ounces, which is what I typically was putting in here. So I'm not going to add the milk. This is I'm going to do it as is. This right here is 160 calories in this whole thing. But we're going to turn this whole thing, just like I was doing the others, into 2 of these. So I got 170, so it's probably more than that. But anyway, so 11 fluid ounces should be about 5, that's milliliters. So half of that would be 3.5 ounces. So now I want to clear this out and see if ounces are the same. I said 3. Okay, so this is 6 ounces. I know but anyway, 6 ounces. So if the whole thing is 16, then that means I should be adding about 10 ounces. So that's 8, that's 12. I need to pour out some of this water to the 10 ounce mark. Okay, so let's see what 10 ounces of water does. I actually like it a little bit below, so I probably should do more like 9 ounces. So that's how I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do it again on this other one. The weight doesn't matter anymore. I'm just adding it till it's just, I like it about a pinky's width below the line. Because after I mix it up, the first time I add a little bit of milk and sometimes some of my coffee syrup to it. So this is the cake batter one. So now what I'll do is I'm going to set these in the freezer, and then I'll come back and we'll do the strawberries and cream. Hold on. Okay, so back to the math, which we know I'm terrible at. But if one package at full price, the keto chow is $5.50. So that would be, I think it's 2.25. So, right? Ziggy, 5.5 divided by 2.
5.5 divided by 2 is 2.75.
Oh, 2.75, sorry. And so 2.75 Ziggy, 2.75 plus 0.7.
2.75 plus 0.7 is 3.45.
Okay, so about $3.50 per creamy with the keto chow. Now, I'm not counting in my... that's beside the point. We're not getting that particular. So 3.75, I think is what whatever it was I just said, listen, whatever it was I just said is that much per Creami. These are $2.50 per container. So half that, Ziggy, 2.5 divided by 2.
2.5 divided by 2 is 1.25.
Okay, so this is going to be 1.25 plus 70. Ziggy, 1.25 plus 0.7.
1.25 plus 0.7 is 1.95.
So $2. So if you are okay with it not being as clean as the keto chow, then you're looking at $2. So 3 something for the others and 2 for this. That is a personal preference for you and what you're gonna want. I can't tell you, y'all. But I can tell you, like I said, I figured out my milk and I divided it by 2. And what did I say? Half of this was like a 160 something. But there was more in here than what the math said it should be. Or than what the container says there is. Oh, that's a little less. It's all right. I ain't that stressed about it. So now we top it off with water. And like I said, I add enough water to be just a finger's width from the top line to allow for me to add the milk and syrup if I want it. All right. So there you go. So now I'm going to pop these in the freezer and we'll see which one we decide to try tomorrow. And again, remember, I dilute this. So these calories, 160 and 4 total carbs. So half of 160 is 80 something and with 2 total carbs. So that's what we're looking at because we're doing half, and 15 grams of protein in each. So, you got to look at what's best for you and your macros. But if you're okay with being a little on the dirty side, I say that. I don't know how this compares to anything, but it's something. So, I ain't so worried about comparing. So now I'll put these in the freezer and I'll come back to you tomorrow night and we'll make one up. As usual, just ignore that. I'm a hoarder. So we're going to do our strawberry and cream flavor today. So, why is that? Hang on now. This is having some kind of an issue. Oh. Huh. It's not sitting in there right. I don't know about this. This could be a problem. Well, I watched Nisha Berry break hers the other day. And I'm not about to break mine. Let's try the other strawberry one. Hang on. Okay, guys, we have a problem with this specific. This stuff expanded down instead of up. I didn't have a lid on it or anything, but see how it's rocking in there? My lid is not going on it because it's not in there straight. And the bottom of it, there's a problem, guys. It's not, and I'm not willing to break this, so that's a no. I'm not willing to break these. I've tried running water over one, and that didn't work. But it bulges out just a little bit right down there, and that's a problem. Yep. All 4 of these do that. So this is an absolute no-go. Because if it just messed up all 4 of my containers, I'm going to cry. Well, and there's nothing we can do about it at this stage. But I think this is the one I ran. Hang on. I'm going to keep trying. Okay, I'm going to show you in context. This one, see how that's wiggling? See how it wibble wobbles? Okay, so that's how much that sticks up. Versus this one. And that's how much this one sticks up. And it goes right in. But it's this little bulge at the bottom. It's hard to see. But there is a little bit of a bulge right here on this bottom. I ran hot water to see if that would melt it. But you see, it didn't. And it doesn't matter which way I put this. I just don't want to break this piece. So, guys, that's it. We're not going to use that protein powder. I'm going to have to melt these out and trash them. And because I'm not going to mess up my thing. I might try letting it sit out a little while and see if that puckers back up. But if I am not able to use these 4 now, I am going to be devastated. Well, here we go. I'm going to at least use the one I have right there. And this flavor is salted caramel. Well, it's a lot of work. I turned this upside down in my sink until it pretty much, I turned it upside down so this could pretty much slide out. And it does sit flat. That's a lot of work. I've already ran this one through, but I'll refreeze it. I don't care. You know, this whole experiment is to see if we can use this. I don't even know what flavor this is anymore. But, because I done mixed them up. So, let's just say a little prayer. I run it on light ice cream, so let's see how it goes. And this one, the salted caramel, we're going to pop back in the freezer. And maybe, we may need it as backup. We'll see what happens. That's how loud mine is. Okay, let's all say a prayer of thanksgiving because nothing broke that I'm aware of. So, there it is. So, I'm not ruling out those, this is our first time doing it. I don't want to rule it out and say no. So, like I always do, I add some kind of liquid and then I do a respin. Sometimes I have to do 2 respins, but let's just check it out. That is why I do mine about a finger's width below, actually about that much below the fill line, because now I'm going to run a respin. Take a look. I feel like that's a good texture. So let's pull it out. Gotta lick this off and let's go over to the other side of the room. Hang on. All right. I don't even know what flavor this is. It could be the cake batter or it could be strawberries and cream. I don't even know. But either way, so let's see. Oftentimes, like at the stage where I added milk, I will add one of my coffee syrups. I think it's cake batter. Texture's good. Definitely very weak. Definitely weak. It'd be better. One of those. It's more ice milky versus ice creamy. So what I could have done was half of one of these like I did and then add some milk to it instead of just straight water. But, you know, live and learn. So, but it definitely could use, and I might even do it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a few squirts of my vanilla, and then we're going to respin it. You know, except I'm making a mess. Hang on. I'm going to respin it. All right. Well, there it is. Is this more work than I like? Absolutely. Is this something I really want to make a whole bunch of? No. It's better with the coffee syrup. But the work that you have to do to get the bottom of it flat, it's more work than I want to do. So, yeah. I'll probably save those protein drinks and take them. We got an upcoming work trip. So I'll probably take them for that. I have those other 3, so I'll use them at some point. But, yeah, no, it's not a win at all. So, I mean, it's $2.50 per thing. Now, maybe if I did a whole one, I don't know. My sister said she's done that. I'd be curious if she had to go through this, so I'll check with her and see if she had this issue. Maybe it was because I added the water, you know, I don't really know. But yeah, it's not something I would want to do this way again. So like I said, I've got the 3 in the freezer that of course I'll use up, but I don't think this is a win. I think I'm gonna give this a thumbs down. I'm not gonna run out and buy a whole bunch more of these protein drinks. Like I said, I'll talk to my sister and see what luck she had, but no, for me this was a fail. All right, we're gonna try to rectify it. We're gonna give it another try. So we're just gonna use the whole protein powder, protein shake in here. I just looked at another one. So in my keto chow, it's 120 calories. And so whenever I do the math, half of that would be 60 calories. Plus I add half of a serving of milk, so that's 40. So it's usually about 100 calories when I use keto chow. This one, 160 calories. So, but I still want to try it. I want to know, you know, can it work right if we just use the protein shake? And so we're going to try this tomorrow and see what we think. I am going to add just a little bit of water. Because you know I'm all about that bulk life. I want it to be just right. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator. And we're going to try it with just the protein shake. Because maybe you're not worried about just having 100 calories. Maybe you'll be okay with 160 calories. So we're going to put this in the freezer. And tomorrow, I'll put this one on top. So I remember to trial this one. So we'll see what we think with this one tomorrow. This was strawberries and cream. So we'll try this tomorrow. Okay, y'all. It's definitely a tighter fit. I tried it out. It does go on. It makes me nervous. I'm afraid I'm going to break something. But this one definitely fits better than the one yesterday. So let's give it a try and see how she goes. For the record, I went on Amazon or went on the website and I ordered an extra thing and a blade. You can't get the lids, they're out of stock, but I'm on the waiting list for them. Because you know me, I know I'm going to break something. But anyway, so all right, I pushed the light ice cream. Let's see how she goes. Now this is a step where I add some kind of liquid. Sometimes it's milk. Sometimes it's my coffee syrup. But this is where I add in the liquid usually because, see, it's always a powder. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, tastes like a protein shake. But this is also why I leave about a pinky's width between the fill line, because then I pour in just a little splash of milk and I rerun it. I got to thinking, I might do it. I've got some of these like extracts. I've got an orange one. I got a strawberry one. I got a vanilla one. And what I've done, and I poke little holes in them, just a little hole. But I think I might just do a little drizzle of strawberry in there. See what I think. You know me, I can't have something just like I'm supposed to have it. I'm always messing with stuff. I'm always piddling. So, all right, let's run it. All right, let's see how she looks. I think we need to give it another spin. It's still, so they say that the reason why it's like powdery is because it's so cold, which, you know, it comes from a freezer, so that makes sense. So, all right. Now, in my previous videos, I showed how when I'm done with them, I take the lid and the little spinner and I soak them and while I'm eating, and when I'm done eating, I scrub them out. I'm not going to show all that this time. But also I do, when I'm done, I clean that little metal piece too. So, now listen, y'all ain't got to go out and buy some Ninja Creami to have ice cream. You can also, I've linked in my, I have a playlist, and the playlist is called Creami. But also, I was making ice cream with protein powder and cottage cheese, and it was delicious. So you ain't got to go buy one of these. So I don't want any of y'all to think this is something you need to go invest in. You do not. Because again, go to my playlist. I think it's called Creamy, and you'll see where and my goodness, go to TikTok or Instagram, YouTube, and just do a search on cottage cheese ice cream. There are tons of amazing recipes out there. So you do not need a machine, okay? I'm just somebody, I'm either all in or all out. And I'm an impulsive, obsessive person. So I bought the machine. So all right, we're going to do another respin. Take a gander now. Ooh, I think that looks just right. I usually, whenever I see that middle kind of swirl, I know she's good. All right. And this is how it looks. Now, some of y'all asked me about my creamy koozies. So I got these just on Amazon. And you just slide it in there. Because see, what happens is they start sweating because I eat these. First I eat my food and then I eat my creamy. And so it starts sweating. And I'm a delicate flower. I don't like my hands to be all wet while I'm eating. So anyway, all right, let's go try it. But look at that. It's pretty. All right, let's give it a try. It sure does look good. Flavor compared to keto chow, it's not terrible. It's not. This tastes like a pre-made protein shake. You know, and we have all had those over the years between Slim Fast and this. And are they terrible? No. Do I want to make these every night? Absolutely not. So it's up to you if you like that taste of a protein shake. But I'm here to tell you, keto chow is much better flavor. Keto chow, I think it has more carbs. But this, it just tastes like a protein shake. But I like the texture and everything. So what I could see me doing, to be totally honest, is use it, take in a container. Now I will probably use those protein shakes and take them on work trips. But what I could see me doing if I ran out of the keto chow, or actually I bought another one I want to try later, so it'll be in a later video, but I gotta wait till it gets here. What I can honestly see myself doing is pouring that strawberry into one of those containers and adding this into it immediately and mixing it up. These will just give things like a more brighter, stronger flavor. It's just pretty bland and protein shake flavory. And so, which isn't a terrible thing, it's just not ice creamy flavor. So to be quite honest, what I know that I'm gonna do when we hang up, I'm going to make a hole in the middle of this and I'm gonna squirt that in there. And then as I eat, I'll kind of scoop a little bit of it out. That's what I'll do. Just being honest. This is not my favorite at all. So, is it cheaper than keto chow? You bet. Would it work? Like if I didn't have Amazon and I couldn't go online and try different protein powders, would I use these? You bet. So it's kind of a personal choice and a personal taste bud choice, because in my comment section, some of you guys said that you love the protein, the Premier protein shakes. And then I know some of you said you like the Fairlife. So I'm going to see if I can find any of those in my area. The Fairlife Core, I think is what you said it's called. So I'll try some of those if we have them in our area. But I'm still searching. Like I said, the keto chow, and I also have used my IsoPure. It was not as good as the keto chow. So far, keto chow is the best out of these protein shakes and out of the IsoPure protein shake, protein powder. So I don't know. You know, is this container right here worth $2? Let's see, the 550 divided by 2. Listen, you know I'm going to ask Alexa. Ziggy, 5.5 divided by 2.
525 divided by 2 is 262.5.
So $2 and 262. Anyway, you have to decide, is this container worth $2.60? 3 whatever. 262, 263. If you feel like this container is worth 262 because I buy the keto chow and divide it by 2. Plus there are, like I said, I'm only looking at the full price. But you know, you can go online and get one of the influencers, keep, you know, their codes that they have. I don't have any because I ain't an influencer. But anyway, so that's totally up to you on what you want to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll let you see. I'm just going to go. Psst. Now, I have ran this through the machine in the past, but it doesn't mix up real well. Hang on. Let me aim it down so you can see. All right. So I'm going to kind of mix around. This is just kind of how I do it when I've done it in the past. And then I'll kind of get just a little bit of the no flavor or the white without the strawberry in it. Get a little of each so that way I get like, that's how it'll look. That's much better. Much better. So if you use things like this, you could use this. And that does not taste as protein shaky. So, I don't know. You do what fits your taste buds. If you like them protein shakes, you're going to love this. If you don't like those protein shakes, you ain't going to love it. So, all right, well, that's what I know. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.